Welcome back to the channel. Right, I have for you today a model of the most produced bomber in history, the B-24 Liberator. So, usual format, 60-second speed build, some pics, and then we'll get into the review. So let's crack on and build. Welcome back. Right. Well, first of all, I think you should know the best part of this model is the minifigures. But we will go through the usual process. First of all, the instructions. Barely average. There's quite a few places in here that are very, very confusing. Principally, it comes down to things like these types of bricks. So it's a 2x1 double-sided stud as opposed to that which is a 2x1 single-sided stud. Now you quite often need both of these on a single phase, but it doesn't make it at all clear which one of these you need where. I mean, you can work it out, don't get me wrong, particularly if you are reasonably experienced. However, it's not great, and that's part of the problem with the instructions. There is the only really nice thing about the instructions is at the back you do have a parts list, which can be useful because I was missing a couple of pieces. Now, in themselves, they weren't anything deal-breaking. They were stuff that I could either ignore because it was internal and there was, instead of say 6 studs holding something, there was 4 studs, so you can get away with that type of thing. But yeah, there were about half a dozen bits missing from this. Now the fitting is inconsistent, shall we say. Some bits you put on there and you are not getting those bricks apart for love nor money. Other bricks you put together and you cannot keep them together. You look at them in a funny manner and they will just separate out. There is, however, no warpage and no discoloration. Right. As we can see, this is it's not the greatest of designs. Now, I've got 2 of these. I've got the B-17 and obviously the B-24. And the B-24, this one, certainly looked on paper the better of the 2. So I'm not looking forward to doing the B-17. But it is, I mean, the basic shape is right if you squint a bit. Unfortunately, when you open your eyes, you realise that the wings and the fuselage don't really match. The wings are a little bit too long. Either the wings are too long and the fuselage is too short, or the fuselage is the right size and the wings are a little bit too long. where do you start? I mean, it almost looks like somebody has, you know, come in on a Friday morning, got told by the boss, have you done that B24 yet? And they've gone, oh, nearly finished, boss. And thinking, oh God, I forgot all about it. I better knock that out, and I better knock it out before this afternoon. And it sort of appears that's what they've done. I mean, I can't even say that this is a model that's orientated towards children, because it doesn't. There's a bit too much complexity in here for it to be a child's model. Let's put it that way. But the details on here are really quite childish. I mean, the B-24, you know, had a cockpit where you would have had two pilots, you would have had the radio man behind, and just to have it as a single dome cockpit that doesn't even reach the rest of the fuselage is the way they've done the turrets as well. It's not good. The stickers on here are about as cheap as you can get. There isn't a single one that isn't partially transparent. I don't have a great deal good to say about it, I'm afraid. The undercarriage is supposed to be able to fold up, which it does. However, you go to straighten it and it will just ping off. I've tried a couple of different solutions to that, and not a single one of them makes a blind bit of difference. And when you do put it down, the undercarriage is liable at the front here to collapse. So all in all, it's not very good, I'm afraid. Now, the only saving grace was that this cost me £17.36, which, yes, I would rather have spent £17.36 on another model. However, at least I know now, and at least you know now, don't buy this. It's just a piece of junk. Don't buy it for kids, don't buy it for yourself, just don't buy it for anybody. Now, if you want a decent Liberator, if you want a fairly good B-24, then Kobe does do one. There is a massive price difference. There's at the moment go for €99, but it does have that Kobe quality. So certainly, unfortunately, Jie Star are not going in that with that category at the moment. This is don't waste your money. Don't order this. Either put that money towards getting a decent Liberator, if that's what you want, or just put it towards something decent, that something else that I reviewed, whether it's the Catalina from wherever it is up there, from the World War II era, or if you want another biggish plane, the E2 Hawkeye and the A10 were not dissimilar prices to this and are infinitely better. So there you go. Oh, and as I say, the best thing about this is the 3 minifigures, and they are just bog standard minifigures, and they're certainly not worth the £17.36 that you pay for this, but in themselves they're okay. But that's it. That's the review for the Jie Star B-24 Liberator. Pass. Don't just move on and don't bother with it. And hopefully you liked this video. If you have, then please like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll have a better model to see you with next time. Take care. Bye bye.